Hi everyone, this is Shalu Kumar again from OSCE Nurse Training Cambridge. I'm an experienced OSCE Nurse trainer for the NMC OSCE exam in UK and also the lead trainer for OSCE Nurse Training Cambridge. Welcome back to my YouTube channel again. So if you like my videos, please don't forget to like and subscribe and also share it with your friends, okay? So today's video, really important one because I think it's the key factor in your exam. And how well it will go. Okay, so the confidence, we're going to talk about how to build confidence for your NMC OSCE exam and to hopefully pass it first time, because confidence is the key. If you can build that confidence within your practice, and then you will do very well in your exam. Okay, so we're going to talk in this video how can you prepare to build confidence so you are as confident as you possibly can be on that day to give your best performance. And I will give you some techniques in your revision to build that confidence. Okay, so that's what we're going to look at. What ingredients are there for this recipe of confidence? How can you improve your confidence in your exam so it goes smoothly without too much stress and you can pass it first time? So okay, let's look at that then. So that's what we're going to look at. So it's a really important one. So let's get started. So I already said to you, preparation is the key. Okay, so we are going to look at it just quickly around the preparation and then the techniques what we can use. Okay, so preparation. So if you decide to get any training, get it in plenty of time. Okay, don't leave it last minute. So if you want to prepare by yourself, that's absolutely fine, but just make sure then you at the last week or so, then you're paying full attention to your revision rather than start looking for the training. Okay, if you do want to get training, then get training in plenty of time. Okay, just getting training a week before your exam is not a great idea, because you do need to, even after your training, you need a little bit of revision. You need to master your timings on your station, so always leave some time between your training and your exam. If you're preparing by yourself, keep in mind that you do need to have intense period of revision, so plan that. Revise using marking criteria. I always tell you, and when you come for our training, we always make sure you're revising as per marking criteria. We definitely want you to practice that way, because that's how examiner is going to mark you in the exam. So revising using NMC marking criteria, which is on their test center website. Print a copy if you're doing it yourself. If you taking the training, then of course you will get one, but if you doing a revision yourself, then do print that. Okay, and have a printed copy in hand. It's really important that you look at the paper. It helps you to remember your marking criteria. And the next thing is practice the full station from start to end in real time. So again, that's very important for building confidence. Why? Because if you shortcut it, let's say you're supposed to put gloves and apron on, but you don't do in your practice, then you will probably in your practice finish that station within the time period set, because you haven't allocated time for putting gloves and apron or taking them off or doing your real hand hygiene. But what will happen in exam? You will keep coming short on time, because you have to do these steps in real time in exam. So that's how you should practice. So never shortcut. If you need to put gloves and apron on, put them on within your practice. Take them off within your practice. If you need to clean hands using a correct technique every single time. Don't shortcut, because otherwise you will have false sense of security that you can do these stations in the time set by the NMC, but in exam you will not be able to do it. So that's not great for your confidence. So don't have false confidence either. Okay, so don't be overconfident. So make sure you are doing everything in real time to make sure you can finish those stations in that way. Okay, so next is very important, because lots of people now have started failing on these stations, which are coming onto the next screen, which is your written stations. Everybody does the hands-on practice station, whether it's clinical skills, whether it's implementation or assessment station. But when it comes to actually written station like planning or your professional values, evidence-based practice, or some of the clinical skills which are written now, start scenario-based, I have seen nurses don't do that much practice with those. They try to learn the intervention for planning, but they don't actually put timers on actually practice with hand, or they like to type. Now, they like to type and then print it for revision, but that's not very good, because in exam you're going to be writing with pen and paper, so you do need to practice that your handwriting is legible and clear. And other thing is that when you typing, we are all very good at these days typing, but when you start writing, it takes time. So it's important that you put the timers on and practice those stations within real time by actually handwriting your care plans, all your professional values, all your evidence-based practice station. They need to be revised as well, not just memorize them, because we can memorize something many times and we think we know it, but when we try to put it on the paper, it doesn't come. Okay, or it doesn't come in the same way it should be coming and quickly, because we are very limited in professional values and evidence-based practice and planning station, very tight on time. So it's really important that you be able to put your whatever you memorized on the paper, but that will only come if you do practice. If you think I just memorize it, I'll be able to put it on the paper on that day, it will not happen. Okay. Other thing is, look at the scenarios. So when you prepare, revise for planning station, you already know what scenarios are in your syllabus for NMC. Okay, so make sure you look at those diagnoses and think what would be the problems for these scenarios, what would be the presenting symptom, what would I choose, second nursing need. Just think about the diagnosis. Okay, think about it and see what kind of care plans you need to prepare for and revise. Now, I've already done lots of different scenarios for you on my YouTube channel, and then it gives you indication what kind of nursing needs you choose. So that's the nursing needs for assessment which you will be using for the planning station. So I've already done lots of different scenarios for assessment. So if you go into that, it tells you what nursing needs there are, and you will be choosing 2 nursing needs out of that to do your planning station. So you can already well prepare for this station, but by writing, not just by learning, just by memorizing. Okay, do write it. When it comes to interventions for your planning station, it's the quality of writing. Okay, everybody asks me, oh, how many interventions do I need to write? You need to write all basic simple interventions. What's important is the quality. You could write 14 points and still not pass the care plan, or you could just write 7 points and still could be 7-8 points and still could be a very correct, and it will be correct care plan. Okay, so it's the quality. Quantity little bit matters what you need to write, but it's the quality of writing. Okay, so don't just get carried away with writing interventions for first care plan, and by the time you finish the first care plan, you wrote lots of interventions, and then you only got 3-4 minutes left for the second care plan. You will not be able to finish that. Okay, so make sure you're dividing your time equally between the 2 care plans. I already said about the professional values and evidence-based practice stations, which you need to practice by writing, not just memorizing. Yes, you will have to memorize your points first, but you do need to practice writing them as well. So next screen now, very important. What are the top techniques then? What top techniques can you apply to make your revision very effective, so you're as confident? Remember, effective revision, loss of confidence. Not effective revision, you will be not confident on the exam day, and that will cause you lot of stress and obviously anxiety. Okay, but if you're confident, you'll be a lot less anxious, and you will be your exam will go much more smoothly. Okay, so let's have a look at the top techniques. Make notes in one place. I do see a lot of nurses making notes in even when I'm teaching, or we are teaching in our course as a team, and we will see nurses are making lots of different notes in different places, that one page is here, one page is there, one page is there. So we actually give you a OSCE kind of folder book when you come for our training, and we actually point it out to you. Can you please make notes within that folder? Okay, on a within there is place to make notes, so you can just put notes within that folder for every section. So it means everything stays in one place, because there is a lot of paperwork for OSCE, and then if you are not very organized, your brain is not going to be organized. Okay, so in our training we make sure you are organized and everything is in one place for your revision, and that's why it's simple and clear. And again, on the learning platform we make sure as well that everything is very easy to find in one place. Okay, time yourself. So that's another technique. Make sure you time yourself with timer and start early. Don't start putting timers just the 4 or 5 days before the exam. You need to start on that much earlier. Okay, in your journey of learning this, practicing for this exam, I mean. And next, record yourself. That's another very good way to build confidence. If you can see yourself on the screen doing it correctly, it will give you a lot of confidence that I can do it. Okay, so record yourself. You can video record yourself, then mark against the marking criteria. And also for your SPAR station, which is your evaluation station, verbal record yourself and listen to it, and then again that will tell you whether you are correct or not as per marking criteria, or if you miss something. So again, very important for confidence building. If you know you're right, then again, that would give you a lot of confidence. Again, next thing is trust only reliable sources. So if you are not taking formal training and you're just revising by yourself, that's okay. Obviously training will really help you, but if you decide to do it by yourself, then use only reliable sources. Okay, don't watch too many on the one subject. Watch 20 videos. You will not know by the end of it what you watched, where, what was correct, what wasn't correct. So if you want to watch a set of videos or look at resources, just look at the reliable resources, or where there is a consistency in teaching and you think this is the correct way, this is the way the marking criteria is teaching us, and that's the main thing. So it's the marking criteria which examiner is using, isn't it? So just make sure that if you're watching something, you make sure does he compare to your marking criteria. Okay, resilience and repetition. Now this exam, I'm sure you have done lots of you already got a lot of courage if you have decided to move to a different country and start practicing in UK as a nurse and build your life here. So already shown a lot of courage and resilience, but it needs to carry on until you obviously pass your exam, because this exam is quite a bit of syllabus, and sometimes you might feel frustrated because you're trying to learn, then you're forgetting it, then you're trying to learn, then you're forgetting it, and then you think you got it, and then you end up making a mistake again in your practice. So that does happen, but honestly it does get better with more practice. So stay resilient, keep your strength up, keep your motivation and your positivity up, and just keep repeating. This exam is a lot about repetition. Repetition makes you perfect. Okay, every time you do practice station, you get better, then little bit more better, little bit better, little bit better, because your understanding is getting better and your timings are getting better and your thinking process behind is getting better. So that's why in our training we do actually make you practice again and again and again and again, even though sometimes it can be a bit frustrating, but that's the way to build confidence. Okay, so hopefully I give you some pointers, and hopefully they will help you in your preparation and building confidence. And if you like this video, please press the like button now, subscribe, and keep those comments coming on the YouTube. And if you have had our training, keep posting the reviews, and if you haven't, then go and see those reviews, what nurses have been saying about our training. We do provide online, face-to-face, mix of the two. So yeah, so visit us on OSCEnursetraining.com, email us on OSCEnursetraining@outlook.com, and soon we'll be back with another video for you. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye for now.